And then I'm thinking it's like the fear that you have for them was greater than the love that you have for me. No rush, no touch. Right?
Okay, I'm gonna let you look. You match me. I just want to say that I was dressed before you, so you saw what I was wearing, and you know. All right, since I always say the same thing to welcome everyone.
Hello. It's weirdo. No, I'm back.
Oh yeah, you're back. You're
I'm
back. Last week I was solo, and you're back. So welcome back.
I'm back.
For you.
I'm black.
And them.
I'm back.
What'd you say?
Nothing. I said I'm back and I'm black. Hello. Hi. Hello. Welcome back to our channel, Hard Truth and Hurtful Realities. This week we are going to talk about.
I get a little feeling that you're making fun of me.
No, I'm not. I'm serious. This week we are going to talk about what could we have done different. Go.
You're the one that brought this topic up, so you go.
Oh.
Actually, I just want to hear what you have to say so that I can
Forget what?
I think I know what I want to say, but I want you to go first.
Okay, say what you want to say. I mean, for me,
Say
it's
what
like,
you
okay,
wanna
so
say.
honestly, the topic is what we want to talk about is what could we have done different from our whole experience. For me, it's like I believe in taking full responsibility in every situation, right? And everything that happened.
Yep.
I feel like everyone in any situation have a part to play. And honestly, this is the one thing that I've been like fighting with and trying to figure out what part do I play? Like, what could I have done different? And I still can't find something or pinpoint something that I could have done different, you know? And I've talked to Papa about this one time.
Which is my grandfather.
And he was like, well, you know, everybody need to take responsibility and something. And I'm like, yeah, I fully agree with you.
Yeah.
I want to take some responsibility in it, but I'm like, what would my responsibility be though? This is the one thing that I've reflected on it for so long on trying to figure out what would I've done different, right? And honestly, it's like the only thing, that's what I'm saying, that's what I was about to say, like the only thing I could have done different is just be like, for my own benefit, I should have left it alone. Because I'm like, I mean, the only thing I could have done different is just leave everything alone and be like, hey, you're not good enough for my family. My family's not gonna accept you because you're black. I should have been like, done. And be like, yes, ma'am, you're right.
But to me,
bye.
that's such a crappy. I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, I totally get what you're saying. But to me, that is just so dumb that you would even, because like, there's so much more to a relationship than just the color of your skin, you know. And that's what, honestly, like, not
but it doesn't help anything if we're the only one who feel that way though, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point?
Well, the point is,
I can think I'm a millionaire all my life.
You and me.
Who cares?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying. What would you done different?
So
proper English. What would you have done different?
What'd you say the first time?
What would you done different?
Oh, okay. So I would have, like, from the get-go, I was so fear-driven that, like, it was weird. Like, I was so attracted to Mark and, like, wanted to pursue a relationship with him. But in the back of my mind, I thought, what if my family like disowns me, or what if they like cut me off and they don't want to have anything to do with me because I'm choosing to be with this person? And like, I saw so much more in Mark and knew that like we would be a good like partnership relationship.
No. You seen a lot of me and you're like, I cannot let this go.
Yeah, that's definitely it.
Well, anyway. I don't blame you, heck.
But it was very much like, if I could go back, because honestly, I've thought a lot about this. Like, would that have made a difference? Like, would they be more accepting? I really don't think so. I think that they are who they are, and I think, the truth just would have been revealed to me a lot earlier. But I wish that I would have had the confidence in myself, and that was something that I learned when I went through counseling, was like to really like take ownership, I guess, and like be happy with my decisions, which I never did that growing up. Like, it was always like, what's going to make my family proud of me, that directed my decisions. And so, although I was still like kind of the outsider, like that's something else Mary Glenn's doing, but I was always like the one that was trying to please them with decisions that I made. And so I would have just,
that's funny,
from the get-go,
because I just think about it. Like, I remember I told you before, like, the reason why we're in this predicament is because, like I said, like I summarized it to where I said, they don't even support you because their hate for me is greater than the love they have for you. Mm-hmm. And then now I'm thinking, it's like the fear that you have for them was greater than the love that you have for me.
Crap.
It kind of makes sense, though. I mean, that's kind of how I summarize it. It's like, you were so scared of being disowned or being shunned or being outcast or on all these things. You were afraid to share your relationship with me to them quickly. Until because I remember I would always be like, what's happening, what's going on, and I'm like, okay, fine, you're not comfortable, okay, I understand, whatever, blah blah blah. But yeah, see, and then for the whole situation, I was so oblivious of, or I lacked so much understanding of what was going on about race issues and stuff like that here in America, because I mean, from Haiti, I didn't know anything about that, right? So it's like, yeah. See, but I think it was a good thing, because if I understood what was going on back then that I do now, we probably wouldn't be together.
Yeah.
Because I would be like, I don't wanna go through all that. I don't wanna go through, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's crazy.
But that's what, because like, I mean, hearing you say that, like, yeah, you could, and that's why I think looking back, I would be like, that is the one thing I would change, because I really did like really love you and want to be with you. It was just,
you were really scared of them.
I was really scared, and that's why that is so easy, I guess, for me. Like, when you brought this topic up, like, there was no thinking on my part. Like, what would I have done different? I would have just told them, like, out
this
of the
is what
gate.
it is.
I mean, instantly, like, that popped into my head. Like, that is the one thing that, because I mean, selfishly, I didn't think, like, I wasn't thinking of how you would feel.
Yeah.
If the roles were reversed, like, I was thinking about, I'm afraid that they're going to disown me, and I'm afraid that they'll, outcast me and what all, but I didn't take the time to, like, stop and think about how you might feel. Well, she doesn't want to share that, like, she's with me or whatever. And that, like, I wish that I could go back and change that.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, that's one reason why, like, I think we're on the same page on that, like, raising Spencer to be so independent. Mm-hmm. It's like, even now, like, Spencer will say something back. Like, earlier I was like, oh, let's do Blippy Tractor, and I'm like, dummy. I put it on one thing, and he's like, no, this is not Blippy truck, this is Blippy backhoe.
Back.
And I was like, okay. So I changed it. I put it on another one. He said, Dad, this is Blippy backhoe. And I'm like, he's 2. So for me, it's like, that's how I want him to be. To know, like, when to stand up for himself and know exactly. Don't be disrespectful, but to know, like, yo, I'm right. Be able to voice that he is right. And yeah, so when you're saying that, that's what I'm thinking, like, okay, well, you probably didn't have that voice of, like,
for sure not.
You're right, you're right, whatever,
Absolutely not. And it was, no, there was never, which, you know, it's interesting, like, I guess the advice I would give, like, if somebody is in this position or even, like, beyond a relationship, like, I don't know, I can think of lots of different instances, like a big life move that you're getting ready to make, or, you know, a huge decision that you have or whatever. Like, listen to your gut, your intuition, which I know you roll your eyes at when I'm like, my intuition. But, like,
listen to your gut, but then back it up with facts.
Right.
Not, I mean, just like, well, I have a feeling. Like,
yes,
go away with that.
Like, what is... And sometimes I get it. Like, sometimes you get in a position and it was not the best decision. But, like, I think you just listen to and take into consideration voices around you, but don't let people, like, dictate what you
can let people influence.
Decision. Like,
you can let people influence the decision, but not dictate the decision. Like, you have to make the final decision.
Like, let's say you and I, you know, my family was like, no, and I had still been like, no, you know, I like this guy, I want to pursue this, and then we, like, didn't work out. Well, the worst thing that can happen is that you learn, right?
Yeah.
You learn from your mistake, and you live with those mistakes, and you try to do better next time. Or it can be, like, the best decision, and I think had I taken ownership, responsibility, whatever, and just been like, this is who I'm with. If you like it, good. If you don't, okay too. I feel like we as a couple would have been in a different position now. Because,
and I think also they would have respected that decision very quick. Probably. Because I think, like, the reason, I think, like, because you didn't set boundaries very early on, to where it was like, yo, I'm dating that person, that's it. Oh, no, we don't want you to back off. That's what I'm dating. You can either respect it or you can back off and keep your opinion to yourself. Point blank, period. I don't want to disrespect you, but I will if I have to.
Yeah.
If you had come across that way, I can guarantee you they either would have respected the decision or would have feared to be mean about the decision. This is one or two things. Perhaps. That's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's like, I always say that people will BS you if you allow them to. Like, people will give you the runaround if you allow them to. That's why I try very, very hard for people to know, like, yeah, you can give me a crap answer, but I'll let you know that was a crap answer. It's just at the same time, like yeah, whatever that answer you just gave me, yeah, I ain't taking that. Like, people need to know that, yeah, you can say that, but am I going to take it from you is two different things. Like, yeah, you can come here and blow your story up and say whatever you want to say. But then I'm in the receiving end of it. I need to make you know that I won't take any type of crap from you. So I think that is where also it went left, because they know they could manipulate you, or they know they can't. They know they probably could manipulate your decision, and then when they realize, like, oh heck, we can't manipulate her right now. Because I remember when you did your hair, you were crying for so long because you did your hair and you didn't think they would like it. I think they could have influenced you very easy on that decision, and then when they realize, like, oh, we can't influence her in that decision very easy, now I become the target, because it's like, okay, it's gotta be him. Like, oh, his influence is probably stronger than ours now, so now I'm their target. Because it's like, we could have easily persuaded her to, they didn't like your hair, it gave you problems. Now it's like, oh, it's a relationship, we could easily make her leave him. And then it's like, oh, we can't. He's a manipulator now, because they know they manipulate you in so many instances. If you're not willing to leave me, then that makes me a better manipulator in their head.
Yeah.
So I think that's how they view it, and then somehow I get all the blame of like, oh, he's a horrible person, blah blah blah, because they know like we could easily manipulate her to leave him, but now we can't. Maybe he's better at this than we are. I think that's how they look at it. Instead of you growing as an individual, they blame me for being like, oh yeah, he gotta be good at this, like, or he manipulated her, or he's whatever.
Yeah, I just sitting here like, because Mark, honestly, like, I feel like you. Sorry, my eyes like really itchy. You have done everything right. I mean, like, not saying you're perfect, but you've been the one.
I'm like this close to perfect.
You're so close, so close. You have been the one to like show up, even though you know you're walking into a room full of like people that don't like you and that's only again with like my immediate family.
I don't want to take credit for that though. I do that because I love because I mean, well, I kind of do better in a little tension, like.
Oh my gosh.
Like.
But what I'm saying is like, you may have trouble like finding what you would have done different, because there's really nothing that you could have done different, but it's easy for me to be like, this is what I would have done because I'm the one. And I think part of this is like owning your responsibility. Yeah. But like, and I've told Mark over and over again, like, if I could turn back time, but of course hindsight's always. I don't think it's.
Yeah, I don't think like, I don't think it was gonna make any.
I don't
difference.
think it would make any difference either. But
I think they're already racist.
No.
It's not going to go anywhere.
But I think for the sake of us.
Okay. Yeah.
It would have been different.
For your sake, you should have. Well, I don't think it's your fault either, because that's how you were raised. You were raised to just.
I understand that.
Put your head down, whatever. But
I get it. Yes, I get it. But at the same time, like, I was of age
to know. I don't think better. Age have anything to do with it, man. Like, once you zombified somebody, like, once you have control, it's just the same way of saying like some women who go through domestic violence and be like, yeah, they're of age, they could have leave.
That's true.
Like, no, bro. Like, once you messed up with that person's mind,
it's
just like they're in that stage, like they don't know what's right anymore. Yeah. Like right now with Spencer, we could raise Spencer to think white is green. Mm-hmm. He will die that right would be green, because that's all he knows. That's what he think. You know what I mean? So. It's just like with me playing rough with him all the time. Playing rough with him all the time. He think it's acceptable even when you go to daycare, because that's what, you know what I mean? Because that's what he knows. Mm-hmm. He knows like, yo, I gotta be rough, I gotta be tough. Or you hit me, I'll hit you back. Instead of like, you hit me, I'll cry and go to the teacher. Like, that's what he knows. Like, that's what he knows to be true. So I don't think your age would have had anything to do with it once they make you believe like, you depend on us, and we have to approve of everything you do, because you've grown. You've. It's that enmeshed. You've been in that state for so long. Family. It's just like, yeah, I need to make sure they approve. Like, I think so. That's why I think. I don't think age have anything to do with it.
Well, and honestly, that's any advice that I would give anyone, whether it's relationship, interracial relationship, a big life move that you're getting ready to make, or a big decision like a job or something, is like,
don't do it. Don't get in an interracial relationship. What?
No,
I would not advise anyone to get in an interracial relationship.
I would advise someone to, but know going into it that there is definitely the potential to get hate.
If you're gonna get in an interracial relationship, you need to be ready to lose your mom, your dad, your brother, your sister.
No.
You need to be ready to know you're gonna find out who all the racist people in your families are. Well, you're gonna find out who all the hateful people in your families are. Might be true. You need to be ready. So if you know you're not ready for this, don't get in an interracial relationship.
Okay, but what I'm saying is, any decision that you're getting ready to make. Okay. Whether it's the choice to be with someone, whether it's an interracial relationship.
Don't get with anyone. I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm
gosh.
just kidding. Go ahead.
But no, I think just know like what you want, and know that you are making the best decision for yourself. Not saying it's a perfect decision, but it's what you feel like in that moment is right, and you're going to learn from it one way or the other. Like the girls at school that work with me, they're like, how could you be so confident in that? Like, how do you know? And I'm like, I don't know if things are the right decision.
Yeah, you don't know. You just make a decision and move.
9 times out of 10, it's okay. Like, whether you are happy with the decision or not, like, you learn from it, you grow from it, and you move on. And that is what life is all about. Like, you make your decisions and you learn from them. And so
it's difficult because all in your head you'll be thinking like, I don't want to be wrong, you know what I mean? And
that's right. And you, I mean, like when I made a big career move, I had literally started my school year and then decided to move. Like I had students and all, and then I decided, because I thought it would be a better career change for me, to move to a different school. And it was like, it's been fine.
Yeah.
And so I think, had it not been, I could have found another opportunity.
And I think that's why a lot of people also like stay in bad situations.
Yes.
Because it's like they're so afraid that people are going to look at me like, oh, I told you it was going to be a bad situation.
Yeah.
No, get in that situation. If it's a horrible decision, move on, get out of it, move on. That's why I think a lot of people stay in horrible relationships, because it's like, oh my God, now I can't leave this person because like now they're gonna look at me and think that I make a horrible decision. No, if you're not happy,
I hate that.
Move on. Mm-hmm. You don't care about what so and so gonna say. They're not the one living the situation.
Exactly.
They're not the one making the decision. You make your own decisions. And trust me, like I've seen some people and I'm like, boy, why are you even together? Why are you even doing this? That's why I hate like social media stuff. Like, right? Oh, happy birthday, my boo-boo, whatever. And I'm like, we live in the same house. That's why I told you, like, do not post, like, happy birthday for me on social media. We live in the same house.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to show that, oh, we're living a glamorous life, we're living a happy life all the time. No, we need to know what we're living, period, point blank.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not happy about it, I want you to be comfortable and talk to people like privately, whatever. But like social media, you post, happy birthday today, my honey is 30 years old. I'm like, oh, please get out of here. Like, no.
I didn't do that.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest advice. Just know what you want. Know, that it is your decision. Be happy and confident in that decision. It may be the right one. It may not be the right one. And if it's not the right one, you pick up the pieces and you move on.
We're saying too much words. I said the one with have some balls to make a decision.
Oh my God.
Oh, what's wrong with that? Don't people say that?
Well, I mean, it's... yeah, people do.
Okay, fine. If you understand what I said, that means you said it before. If you don't understand what I said, don't find out. That means you're innocent.
But yeah.
If you know what I said, that means you're not innocent. Please get out of here.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Thank you for following along with us. And we need to do our like little Q&A really soon, because I love doing stuff like that. So. Our Q&A.
I don't answer questions, yeah?
Yeah, that's not true.
Tennessee's playing. I need to watch that game.
Okay.
And Kentucky.
We'll go watch it. All right. So remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, comment below.
Comment below.
Tap the bell.
Tap the bell.
I mean,
you can tap.
Like.
You can tap Megan also.
Bye.